Why is that?
I think shortly after he finished the house, he lost all his money because there was a depression
Oh, okay.
in the 1890s.
Okay, so we are back, everybody. And I'm hoping I did this right.
It is really windy outside. There's a lot of branches hitting windows. Is there anybody in here with us? We'd like to talk to Christian Gerber. Are you here?
I think the Lasky family owned this house for a while.
Yeah. That was some kind of goofy noise that I heard, but it was outside noise or inside. You never know.
Hey, you got cars going out in the front.
We must not be as good as Twin Paranormal because they had 20 things kick off already.
Oh, Kenny is live right now. It's Kenny, you know. He'd be proud that they put their recorders next to each other.
He'll be proud that we're not using anything that just lights up.
Correct, we are not. What we're using right now, we have,
2 points of truth.
yeah, we have a camera, a recorder, my phone, a flashlight. Jerry, you got a flashlight?
I do.
Jerry's got a flashlight, and that is all we have. So we're going to be going live throughout the night. We'll just do a small session here because I obviously did the other one. Now I know how to set up to make sure that I have messages that I can see, so I can
You can see the chat.
so I can see the chat, and so I can do responses back. Thank you, Candy, for being here. Chris, Sue. We know that Kenny's live, so we might not have everybody, but like I said, we'll be doing this throughout the night as we go along. Jerry, is there a tree right next to that window?
Right here?
That one right there
Yeah, probably.
on the left?
Right here?
Yeah,
Right here.
yeah.
No.
You might be getting shadows from this tree here.
No, it looked like
This is the front of the house.
well, that's good that he might not be on any longer. All right, so now we gotta debunk something because I thought I saw something in this window.
There's a big tree next door right here.
All right, let's see.
Oops. That was me.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of watch that window now because I could have sworn I saw something there, but I might not have. It could be, like I said, the wind is really strong tonight, so it could have just been something that blew by, but, and there is a flashing light because from the high school across the street, so it's possible it could have been something from there.
In this couch.
Alrighty. We laugh because we're laughing because Jeff has ditched me several times tonight. So Jerry has been put in place to be my protector because Jerry has experienced what happens to me. So he is one of my protectors when we go out and about.
Yeah.
So we are at, I thought I put it in the description, but we are actually at the Collingwood Arts Center. It's one of the things that Jeff and I have talked about before. So we are actually here, and we are in the Gerber house right now. What I can do is I can do another little tour. We did one earlier when we first started the first live I did because I didn't know I didn't have comments on. Carolyn, hello, Candy, Cree.
So, and just to clarify, there's not much left of the Gerber house.
No,
The back of the house, the kitchen, probably a lot of the living areas.
actually, where's that? We'll go in the one room so we can show you kind of what we're talking about. So we'll go back through here so you can see. Here's the one room. It's like the dining room almost. Because I think that one door that's blocked, I think that's where there's like a dumbwaiter.
It might be.
I think that one's a dumbwaiter,
Yeah, 'cause
that one
door
right
is
there.
just a shelf.
Yeah, I think that one's a dumbwaiter. I don't remember, but I know there was a dumbwaiter in the Gerber house somewhere, but I don't remember.
Which
what-
makes sense, because that kitchen downstairs,
Yeah.
the cafeteria, that was
Yeah,
probably closed.
but I think that might have been it. As you can see, these. Oh, hi Jeff.
Hello.
As you can see, the doors are just huge in here. And we are here with a couple other groups. We're here with Togs, Fringe Paranormal, and Joe from 222 Paranormal Podcast. So this is another room. And here is another sitting room. I'll go into the room that you can see. As you can see, Kenny would be proud. See, there's a recorder there and a recorder there. It's this little sitting room over here. It's really cold in here. It's like a sunroom, but as you can see, there's where they put up the back of the building. So that, this whole side of the building is pretty much backed up to there, and that's part of where the theater is now. Like I said, we can't get into all the rooms because a lot of them are locked. So as you can see, this is like a storage room. So they do try to keep it, they do try to keep it as historically correct as possible with what they can. So they do try to keep a lot of those things in here. Did you just open this door, Jerry?
No, it's been open.
Oh, has it? Okay. So, this is one of my demons down here, is going down to this basement because this is leading to where I have my issues. So we will be going down there later. So, I still don't know how I feel about that, Jerry.
I'll be with you.
I know, Jerry's gonna, like I said, Jerry's my protector tonight because Jeff isn't doing it.
And that door goes to the theater.
Yeah, that door back there goes to the theater, which we'll be going to there next after we're in the Gerber house for a little bit. These steps go to the upstairs. There's multiple floors up there. However, I am not walking up all those steps.
I think Joe said only one of the rooms is open.
Yeah.
The third floor is not open.
Yeah, the third floor is not open, so that would be where I'd want to go anyhow. But I don't know if I can flash a light up there and you can see it. I mean, oops. As you can see, it's pretty dark up there. Jerry's being the brave one going up there. Yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to put them in there. If you have any questions about the Collingwood Art Center, we'll go ahead and answer as much as we can. Jeff just scared me because that bright light came right behind me. But we'll answer as much as we can. Did we want to go sit in this room over here for a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, so we sat in the other room, so we're going to go over here and sit for a little bit. Like I said, some of the things here are very interesting.
Let's do this once. Where's my other recorder?
So we're gonna go ahead and do another session in here. Do we know how old the building is? That would be a Jerry.
1890, I want to say 1892 or 1893 is when the building was finished.
And that's the Gerber
The
house.
Gerber house, I think.
Because the rest
1880 or
was added
1890s.
later.
Yeah, but then he went out of it, he lost all his money, had to sell the Gerber house. It changed hands over the course of a couple of years, and I think in 1896 is when the Ursuline nuns bought the house. I might be off on some of those years, I have to check my notes. But then they built the theater and built the rest of the building that's attached.
Oh,
in
hold on. They
1905.
can't hear you. Gotta come closer and speak up.
Darn. 1890s was when the building was completed. And then the Ursuline nuns, I think 1896-ish, is when they bought it. Jeff, that was not paranormal.
That was not paranormal.
Demon growl.
And then the theater and the rest of the building was completed in 1905. So we believe that the Gerber house, the second floor, was used as an infirmary once the nuns moved in here and started living on the property in 1918. And then from 1905 through 1975, it was a school. It was an elementary school. They had an elementary school until 1929, a high school until 1959, and then the college closed in 1975. And then the nuns moved to a different location in the 1980s. So we don't know what happened to the building between 1975 and when the nuns actually moved out in the 1980s.
Well, we suspect there was a lot of break-ins.
A lot of break-ins.
Break-ins, yeah.
Let's do this. Let's try this once. I'm gonna pull a chair out.
Okay.
We'll try and leave school. Everybody sit still. EVP session, and we'll listen back to it.
All right, here we go. We're gonna do this, so hopefully everybody will be able to hear what we're
We'll
doing.
do like 3 minutes or so.
And you do hear some background noise because the street is right there. So when cars pass by, you do kind of hear them sometimes. It probably doesn't help that Jeff's got the camera right there.
That's not the camera, it's the flashlight.
Oh, just the flashlight? Okay.
All right, so we're doing an EVP session. Kenny would call this a huge waste of time, but we don't care. We're doing it anyway. Christian Gerber, are you in here with us?
And if you are, you can knock on one of these tables.
That is actually one really good lesson I learned from Kenny. Is like say, like you said, specifically knock on this table. Don't say knock on something.
Right.
And that was me knocking for the recorders.
We are at the Collingwood Arts Center.
So if you're here with us, talk into this microphone or knock on this table 2 times, like this.
And that's a car outside.
Or drive by in a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And when this house was built, there was nothing here. It was all empty land.
Yeah.
It was one of the first buildings in this part of the city.
And then this actually ends up being like one of the rich ends.
Yeah, the old West End,
Yeah.
huge high school, like Dana said, across the street.
The houses in this neighborhood are absolutely beautiful.
They're huge and gorgeous, the woodwork and everything.
There's a lot of money here.
And a lot of the houses here, they do restore them back to,
Well, they have rules.
yeah. If you live in the Old West End, there's specifics you can only use certain contractors to do certain things. You have to restore back to, you can't like modernize
Yeah.
anything. Everything has to stay in the era that the house was built. It's pretty cool.
And that's probably because a lot of the houses have been altered. They've been
Yes.
turned into 5 and 6 apartment units.
Yes,
And
and so they've
yeah.
switched it now that you have to maintain.
That's me putting a flashlight on the table.
so that was not Christian Gerber knocking.
Yeah, and there's lots of dust flying around, so no orbs, just lots of
That was
dust.
me bumping the chair. Jesus, I'm noisy.
And yes, this is one of the videos we have talked about, places we've talked about. It's one of the places that we're working on a documentary for.
And this is too why I suspect when like Twin Paranormal were here. Have you heard any noise yet
No.
since we've been in here?
No.
And they were hearing shit every,
And
minutes.
for instance, I'll go show you where they were at, where they said they heard so much stuff going on. This is where they were at most of the time, that they said they heard so much stuff going on. And we've been here and not heard anything since we've been here. So this is where they said, a lot of their video was right in this area right here, in this hallway. Like right up against this railing to the stairs. And then also going back this way. And because like I said, that door goes down to where the theater is. That goes down to the basement. And they, so this is where they said a lot of the stuff that was going on. They had so much commotion and everything here. Like I said, when we have, Joe has set up 3 different microphones, one in each room, in this room and in this room and upstairs, because they said that they've been having, hasn't someone recently said there's been a lot of activity here in the Gerber?
yeah, someone said in this house, but
Yeah, and so far we haven't really had anything.
Because we're honest.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, I haven't heard one either.
No, I haven't heard really anything here. It's just been very quiet. And usually you can get you get something here, but there's not anything really going on here today. It's just very quiet.
Well, it's early. I mean,
Yeah.
we just started, so.
But I mean, it's very quiet in this area. The other room will seem to be quiet, and over here as well.
Is there anyone in here with us? Can you knock on one of the boiler heaters? That was Jerry's stomach or something.
I think it was the chair.
Okay.
Looking at the.
I know,
Yeah,
I
the
said
gas
those are
lights.
so
Those are gas
crazy.
lights, yeah.
They're the
Before-
creepiest looking
Before
things.
electricity, yeah.
But they're creepy because they're hands. It's so crazy. But that's, I mean, shows you how much they tried to preserve the house, that they still have those up there. And we all dressed to be very, to thinking it was gonna be super cold in this building, and it's not. It's so warm in here. So they're keeping it pretty warm.
The boilers are doing well today.
Yes. If you do have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments and we'll answer them as we go. As I said, Jeff's trying to do a session here and I keep talking, so we'll try to be quiet
We'll
for,
do that kind of session later on.
yeah, I think he wants to do that more later towards the end of the night when we're, in the basement.
Well, this, being this close to the street is really problem.
Yeah, I think in the auditorium as well, might be a good place to go.
Now, does Twin use like one of those old digital recorders?
The DR60?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
See, that can pick up any, I mean, I think everyone can agree that those are false.
They, not everybody agrees. A lot of them think that there's some
Yeah.
magical recorder that's, the spirits like to use. No, what it does is, so like if I rub my foot across the ground,
Yeah.
it amplifies that sound so that it's even with everything else that it's
Right.
recording. So,
It's similar to the Xbox camera that's trying to
Yeah.
find something so that you can play a game.
yeah,
It's not a ghost.
right. And no one uses them right. It's supposed to be a 10-foot by 10-foot room.
Stationary.
Nothing in it.
I don't know. That's
Yeah, it's
Ghost
a,
hunting 101, I guess.
this is a really cool place, but it is kind of creepy. There are places that in the building that are really cool but creepy. I think because it is such, I mean, just the feel of it with all the the dark woods and,
Yeah, we started in the tamest area of the
yeah,
building.
yeah, so. If you have questions, please make sure to put them in the comments and I will go ahead and answer them as I can.
And we're gonna be in the nun cells. Well, they call them the nun cells, but they're like, we believe at this point, there are probably small rooms that some nuns lived in
Mm-hmm.
many, many years ago.
Yep.
We
It
were
was
planning
not
on
jail, it wasn't isolation
No.
by the
Right.
sound of it, but
we were planning on going in the basement, which is what Dana is most excited about. And then there's a theater. And with the theater, there's a green room next to the theater, as well as underneath the theater is a dressing room. So we have access to all of
To
that
all of
tonight.
it tonight.
let's just sit here for like 3 minutes and no one say anything.
Okay, so for these last few minutes that we're up here, we're not gonna say anything, but we're just gonna listen. So if you hear anything or you see anything on the video, just put it in the comments.
Did you move or make a noise?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, something moved right there. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was anything.
It might just have been the floor
Yeah,
adjusting.
just the vibration maybe. Something definitely like,
Yeah.
should I have jumped up and ran away?
You gotta say,
Oh my god.
you gotta say dude or bro first.
Dude.
Bro, we were supposed to be quiet here, people.
We were for a couple minutes.
Right? It's hard for us to stay quiet.
Does it show your time on your phone?
We've been live for about 23 minutes.
But it doesn't show the time?
9:50.
Okay. At 9:55, we'll.
I also have a watch, you know.
So one thing that I did notice when we were quiet. I thought I heard like a conversation. But I'm thinking it's the wind outside that sounds like a distant conversation.
I thought I heard it, but I just put it to the people that are here in the building with us.
And it was a constant thing, so I'm not saying it's paranormal. I'm saying I'm trying to figure out what it is. But I think it might have been the wind.
Yeah, it could be something that other people attribute to.
Yeah.
Right.
What could be something.
Because I still hear it. Plus I have, what is it, tinnitus? I have that really bad. My ears ring all the time.
I mean, I don't hear anyone else.
I don't hear anything else, but I have heard where it sounds like someone's talking.
That was me. Alright, you got a couple minutes and we're gonna head out of here. Can you do something for us, please?
Can you flick one of those glasses? Make those 3 glasses on the table. Touch one of those.
do that? Please.
you hear that?
Yeah.
Did it sound like a ting?
No, I heard a voice.
Oh, I heard like a ting, but it didn't sound like it was in here. It sounded like it was like in the next room.
I heard nothing.
Jerry, you never hear anything.
I know. I'm the worst person to put on a system.
Well, I just keep something I keep seeing out in this hall, but it's like you can't tell if it's from outside or you see what I'm saying? Because when Jeff moves, it looks like it could be from that. I mean, it's very hard.
There's a lot of windows. There's a lot of
Yeah,
mirrors.
yeah. There's a lot of stuff, so you can't tell if it's actual movement.
Tree.
Somebody is. It's nice to end to the day to watch people walking through a house talking to nothing. Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That's
Is that
pretty
Kenny
much.
that said that?
Huh?
Is that Kenny that said that?
No, Engir, Engir. Yeah, this is what real ghost hunting is like.
I mean, we can get an app out and just be bullshit.
Yeah, we could have an app out, but we don't. This is actually what you do when you're ghost hunting. This
Especially
is
legitimately good.
when you're like, yeah, we know we're not going to get the views like some of these other groups that have been here, but we're honestly telling you this is how it goes. This is what ghost hunting is. And there's been a couple bigger groups that have been here, Twin Paranormal and Ghost Hunters, and they said they had all this. Well, Ghost Hunters, I don't think they said they had a lot of
there was-
activity.
Yeah, I think they had a couple things.
They had a
In the
couple
theater,
things,
they
but
thought.
they didn't have anything not like Twin. So, yeah, we're basically, I mean, we're in the same places that they were, and we've not had anything happen. So,
Other than that little something that happened right there.
yeah,
That little.
we had a noise that we heard, like a nudge, and all three of us heard it, but
It's nothing.
we
that we
just-
could substantiate.
we can't. There's.
And Jeff's been farting, so it might have-
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be outside. It could have been in here. I mean, it is really windy out here. We do, like I said, you can see we have traffic out there. So, I mean, you never know what it could have been.
I'm gonna wander around and pick up my other recorders.
Okay.
Get ready to move around. So
All right. So we're
Where
going to
we
be.
headed to next?
I hope in the theater, but somebody's probably in there.
All right. So
Stopping.
we're going on. We're about at 30 minutes. We'll go to 30 minutes and then I'll stop because I'm going to have to take a break for a minute. And then when we get into we'll go ahead and stop. So once actually, maybe I'll just keep it going until my battery gets low and then I have to charge my battery. But I want to make sure I keep it. So I'll ask you guys right now, would you guys rather me stop after about 30 minutes, let us go get set up in another area and then come back on for that area that we're going to? Because we're going to several different areas in the Gerber. Like right now we're in the Gerber house. We're going to be going to the auditorium next. So who would you prefer us to do that? Where I probably, because it's gonna be a shit show when we try to get the stuff down the steps to the auditorium. So what I will probably do to help save battery on my phone, we'll go ahead and we'll get ourselves together. We're getting our recorders and then we're going to pack up and go to, there's Jerry. We're going to pack up and go to the auditorium. So I will come back on once we're in there. It shouldn't be that long because the auditorium literally is not that far from where we're at. Because literally I'm going to walk right now and you'll see where we're at. I got to just make sure I don't trip over anything. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead. As you can see, there's weirdly some steps down there that we have to get through. So that's what's gonna make it fun. So we'll be back on as soon as we get set up in the auditorium.